Bitcoin is the cryptocurrency that is most popular. It has been referred to be the internet money that is secure. Using Bitcoin is very cautious since one can receive or even make payments to any individual without having to reveal any information that is sensitive regarding their Bitcoin account. Most businesses have been receiving their payments through Bitcoin. On the other hand, the credit card system has been functional for a very long time. The article, however, seeks to explore more on how the Bitcoin and credit card systems work with the aim of determining whether they operate the same way. Key differences. The Bitcoin system allows businesses to get their payments from people for the goods and services that they offer. That is the same case with the credit card system since credit cards pay for goods and services. However, there are various key differences that exist between the two modes of payment. The Bitcoin transactions get to be made through an alphanumeric address that is anonymous. Mobile devices can also be used to make payments using the quick response codes. On the other hand, people get to physically store their credit cards in their wallets. The transactions involving Bitcoin are made from and to wallets that are electronic. The wallets can be stored in one's smartphone, computer, or cloud. Transactions involving Bitcoin are not reversible and the funds can only be refunded by the individual that received the payment. However, this is quite different from the credit card system since they allow for transactions to be cancelled. This, therefore, means that merchants do not have any chargebacks when they receive payments through Bitcoin. Chargebacks are very common with the credit card system since it is demanded from the providers of the credit cards if a retailer is to cover any kind of loss that is acquired through transactions that are fraudulent or disputed. Merchants that accept Bitcoin end up saving a lot of fees that are incurred when the credit card system is used. The fees range between 0.5% and 5% and a flat fee of between 20 and 30 cents for every transaction that gets to be made. However, it is possible for Bitcoin payments to be received or sent with very little or no fees at all. That is because Bitcoin fees get to be determined by the data amount that ends up being sent. Merchants prefer using Bitcoin since it is a virtual currency that helps in saving the transaction fees and it also ensures that there are no chargeback risks that will be experienced. Most shoppers prefer using Bitcoin since making the transaction is a simple process for them and they also enjoy user anonymity. Hoppers do not experience intermediary interruptions when using Bitcoin and the transaction costs are not as high as the costs incurred when using the credit card system. The use of credit cards seems to be quite good since they allow users to borrow funds from their providers. The users are also protected against any forms of fraud. The credit card is widely accepted by most businesses, thus limiting the use of Bitcoin transactions. Using a credit card has various risks, for example, high interest charges, late fees, high fees for foreign transactions, and one's credit score might end up being affected. Advantages of Bitcoin system. Transactions through Bitcoin are economical since they incur very low costs of the transaction. Bitcoin payments might end up levying a 1% fee unlike the 2 to 3% fee that is incurred when using the credit card. Bitcoin payments create a payment network that does not have borders, meaning that any Bitcoin amount can be transferred to any part of the world through any computer or mobile. Bitcoin payments allow businesses to receive their payments through their preferred currency. Payment services involving Bitcoin tend to maintain high-level transparency in the exchange rates that are greatly dynamic involving the fiat currency and the Bitcoin, thus making these payments very effective. Bitcoin payments allow businesses to have a channel where they can receive global payments. The payments contribute to creating an identity that is authentic and reliable in the crypto world. That helps in ensuring that businesses have a payment system that is transparent, safer, and highly dependable for their payments. Bitcoin as a threat. The credit card system has been operational for a very long time all over the world, and most people have been making their payments through the credit card system for a very long time. However, the invention of the Bitcoin payment system is a threat to the already stable credit card system. Bitcoin has gained popularity at a very high rate in most businesses all over the world accept the use of Bitcoin payments. The fact that Bitcoin payment operates globally and does not limit the amount to be sent has been motivating shoppers and businesses to move to the payment system. Bitcoin transactions are also anonymous, thus ensuring that the personal information of the users cannot be accessed at any one point. That, therefore, contributes to showing that Bitcoin systems will be very common in the near future. The payment services will discourage people from using the credit card system, and thus in the near future, very few people will use credit cards for their transactions. Conclusion. Advancements in technology have been growing at a very high rate, and there is a high probability that the advancements will keep on growing. The Bitcoin payment system is a technological advancement that ends up creating a win-win experience for both shoppers and businesses. The Bitcoin payment system is classic and very effective. Shoppers argue that it is one of the best modes of payment since it involves a very simple process. It has also allowed shoppers to buy from any part of the world, thus it has contributed to the globalization of very many businesses. Bitcoin acceptance has been increasing since more people all over the world have become more willing to make their transactions through Bitcoin. Therefore, the credit card system is now considered to be a traditional mode of payment, and thus it is at a high risk of failing. It is, therefore, evident that the credit card system and the Bitcoin system are very different from each other. The two systems do not operate the same, and one cannot consider them to operate the same. It is evident that the Bitcoin system is the best form of payment since it is economical and very effective when undertaking transactions. Learn a lot more about cryptocurrencies with CryptoNaNi.com.